Hello students, I hope you all are good. So yesterday in the previous video we have completed the exercise 1.1. So in today's video I am going to explain you the various properties of addition and subtractions of integers. So let's start that properties. So the properties of addition and subtractions of integers. There are basically six properties which I have not written here, the sixth one that I will going to explain you later on. There are five properties. First one is the closure property, then the next one is the commutative property, then third is the associative property, fourth is the additive identity. This is identity property, okay, and fifth one is the multiplicative inverse, the inverse property. Here we are going to verify all these properties in addition and subtraction. Clear? In addition and subtraction. But these properties are also there in multiplication and divisions. Okay. But in today's video, we're going to discuss only for the addition and subtraction. Clear? So the first one, the closure property. What is a closure property? Okay. It says that if A and B are integers, if we take any two integers, A and B are integers, then the sum of the two integers is also an integer. Clear? It says that if we have any two integers, we can take any random two integers, then the sum of the two integers is also an integer. For example, if you see, suppose I will take 4 plus 5. What is coming? 9. That is also an integer. Any other example I can take, suppose minus 3 plus 6. This minus integer, positive integer I am adding, answer is coming 3, which is also an integer. Clear? Similarly, if we take any two integers and do the subtraction, then also it is an integer. Means any two integers subtraction will also come in integers, like 6 minus 3 is coming 3, which is also an integer. Suppose I take minus 7 minus 4. I am subtracting 4 from the minus 7. Answer is minus 11, which is also an integer. Clear? So that means closure property says that if we take any two integer, the sum is also an integer. If we take any two integer, the subtraction is also an integer. This property is also true for the multiplication. Okay, that multiplication of the two integers is also an integer. That I will discuss later on when we do the multiplication of integers. Clear? And division is not possible. Okay, I will explain later on. So what I can conclude? I can conclude that hence the integers are closed under addition and subtraction. The word closed means closure. Clear? The word closed means closure. Hence the integers are closed under addition and subtraction. Clear? Now we'll do the next property. The next property is your commutative property. Clear? The next property is the commutative property. It says that if A and B are integers, then the A plus B equals to B plus A. Means we can add integers in any order. Either I can add A plus B or I can add B plus A. The sum will come same. For example, suppose 4 plus 5 is coming 9. Or I can write 5 plus 4, that is also 9. So that means I can add integers in any order, either 4 plus 5 or 5 plus 4. There the sum is coming 9. But the subtraction is not possible. The subtraction is not same. Means if I will write A minus B, then it is not equals to B minus A. For example, same example I can take from the top one. 4 minus 5, that is minus 1. But 5 minus 4 is what? 1. That means minus 1 is not equals to 1. Clear? So I can say that, what I can conclude that the commutative property is possible in the addition, but it is not possible in the case of subtractions. Like in the closure property, like the previous closure property, the conclusion statement was that it is closed under both. But in the commutative property, it is not true for the subtraction. It is true only for the addition. So I can write down the conclusion statement. Hence, the addition is commutative for the integers, but subtraction is not commutative for the integers. Clear? The next one is associative property. For the associative property, I have to take three integers. A, B and C are integers. Then I have to check that A plus B, I can add A plus B first, then I can add the sum later on. Or I can do A plus B plus C, means I can add B plus C. What will I get? I will get the same sum. For example, if I write 5 plus 6 here and plus 3. Here also if I write 5 plus 6 plus 3. So on solving this side, you will get 11 plus 3, which is 14. And same here, 5 plus 9, which is also 14. Same. So I can write A plus B plus C, or I can write A plus B, B plus C. It is same. But A minus B minus C is not equals to A minus B minus C. In the bracket, it is not same. Means the order of the bracket is very important. Means in the subtraction, it is not true. Suppose the same example, if I will take 5 minus 6 minus 3. This side I will take 5 minus 6 minus 3 in bracket. So here the first I have to solve this. This will come minus 1 minus 3. Here it will come 5 minus 3. So on solving this side you will get minus 4. On solving this side you will get 2, which is not same. Clear? So hence I can conclude, what I can conclude, that addition is associative for integers. It is associative, but subtraction is not associative for integers. Clear? Same like the commutative property. The addition is commutative for integers, subtraction is not commutative. Similarly, the addition is associative for integer, but subtraction is not associative for the integers. Now the last two properties. Which are the last two properties I have to discuss? The last two properties is your fourth one. The second last is the additive identity. This additive identity means basically it is an identity, because in the multiplication we use the word multiplicative integers. Here we are doing addition. Okay, there is no rule of that subtraction or addition. It is the same thing. Okay, so I will use the word additive identity. It says that if A is any integer, then A plus 0, means if we'll add the 0 to the integer, any integer, or we'll add 0 to A, then what we'll get? A. It means that sum of any integer, you can take any integer and add 0 to it, you will get the same integer itself. Like 6 plus 0, you will get 6. Minus 5 plus 0, you will get minus 5. Clear? So here 0 is the additive identity for every integer. Means 0 is the additive identity for every integer. Means you can add 0 to any integer, you will get the same integer. So if I'll ask what number I have to add to a number so that I get the same number, that means 0. So that means 0 is the additive identity for every integer. Clear? Now the fifth one is the additive inverse. It is the inverse property, because in the multiplication it is known as multiplicative inverse. So what it says that, it says that if A is any integer, you can take any integer, any value of A, then there exists an integer minus A. Means then there would be minus A integer, such that means if you do A plus, if you add that A to minus A, you will get 0. So basically what I want to say that the minus A is called the additive inverse or the negative of A. Means with the example it will be clear. For example, if a number is 4, what is the additive inverse of 4? Additive inverse, or I can say that negative of 4. That means minus 4. If I'll take minus 4, then the additive inverse or negative of this what? Minus 4 will be 4. Negative of a negative will give plus. So means if you want to find out the additive inverse of or a negative of any number, then you have to just change the sign. Means 5 will become minus 5 or minus 6 will become 6. Clear? Okay. So that means the sum of a number and its negative or its additive inverse is coming what? 0. And 0 is what? Additive identity. So in other way I can say that what number should I add to a given number so that I will obtain the additive identity. That is always the negative of a number. That means if I'll say that the negative or additive inverse of 5 is minus 5. In other words, I can say that what number should I add to 5? What number should I add to 5 that it will come 0? That is minus 5. Hope you understood all these properties. These are the properties which you have to do under the addition and subtraction, and these are the same properties which you have to do under the multiplication and divisions. Clear? So what is the conclusion of the today's video? That what is the conclusion? That closure property is true for addition and subtraction, but commutative property is true only for addition. Associative property is only true for addition. Additive identity is your 0 and additive inverse is your negative of a number. Clear? Hope you understood. Now in the next video, we're going to do the exercise 1.2. Till then, take care. Thank you.